And then there's some things that I'm like, oh. Okay, this is the first negative. I just felt like, I just get meh feelings when I see, you keep flipping through the catalog, we're gonna get to a lot of stuff that is going to completely trip you out. Like you're just gonna be like, oh my gosh. I think what you'll see is that the materials that they're using are just, they're edible. Maybe you don't live in a house like that. It just makes my mouth water just thinking about it. People a lot of times are like, oh, trends are bad. No, they're not. They're just telling us what people really want, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the House of Valentina. Wow, am I ever pumped about today's video? Oh my goodness. I gotta stop. I'm gonna set the coffee down immediately. Okay, so RH has just come out with their newest source book, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. There are some really exciting changes happening with RH, and you guys know I'm a super fan. I know a lot of you have found my channel because I'm a super fan, you're a super fan. You know, we're super fanning together. We love RH, we love the style, we love the ethos, we love the products. Sometimes we are doing it for less, but a lot of times we just really want to go and get super inspired. And we just love it. Well, the source book that's just come out is a total game changer. It's a super shift for RH, and I think we just need to chat because there's some things that I'm like, ooh, no. And then there's some things that I'm like, get in my cart. So if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will become a subscriber because we love to take you guys to the RH galleries. We love to share with you some tips and tricks on how to create these looks. I'm gonna share some of those with you even today on even if you want this look, even if you're working on a budget, there's things that you can do to create this feeling in your home. I'm honestly so excited that I can barely speak. So I'm gonna try to calm myself down for just a moment and let's jump into this new source book. Okay, this is the first negative, and we're not gonna have a super negative video ahead of us, but I just felt like, I just get meh feelings when I see this moss green color. And I know it's very popular. I know that these colors have been the rage, but for me, it's just meh. I just don't love it. And so the first few pages, it was like my heart was just dropping. I was like, oh no, like browns and this moss color and kind of this yellowy color on the walls. And I'm like, I'm really just not into this. I'm really kind of feeling panicked. I'm like, is everybody going this direction? Because I can't go this way. Like this color for me, I know that a lot of people find it very soothing, but for me, I just find it, I don't know, like I don't enjoy it at all. It's not my thing. So next up, you're gonna see a lot of warm taupe shades. And I think you guys have heard me say this a lot. I absolutely love taupe. Now for me, I have tried to do these like all neutral rooms and it just was not my thing. I just don't enjoy living in these spaces. Jack and I were just talking about an article that came out saying that people are leaving the vanilla girl trend. And then this came out and I'm like, this is very confusing because I thought maybe we were gonna move on from like all beige, all really neutral rooms. It's the wood tone, it's the fabrics, it's the wall color, it's all of it. If you can look past that, I think what you'll see is that the materials that they're using are just, they're edible, they're so good. So you have options when you buy from RH, or you might just take inspiration from them and create a similar look in your home from other stores. But either way, don't forget that you can always switch things out. And I think that when you do that, you start really looking at the catalog as like inspiration for how they've done the artwork. And this is where we get into some big changes for RH. So one of the things I immediately noticed was that I feel like RH has entered into a new artful architectural feel, and I kid you not. It's a fly. A little mad in here. I'm sorry. Okay, I literally just redid my closet. In fact, I'm not sure whether that video will even be live yet because I literally just did it, okay? So either way, there'll either be a tour or it'll be right after this. But I just redid my bedroom, my bathroom. I went into my closet. I started redoing things. I'm like, I really, really crave the artful side. And I think it's so interesting when you think about trends, and people a lot of times are like, oh, trends are bad. No, they're not. They're just telling us what people really want, right? And so for a long time, we've been like, I want something calm, I want something structured. And now we're like, I want something with just a little bit more flow, something that feels a little bit freer spirited. RH has obviously picked up on that. I'm feeling it too. I'm here for it. What that means essentially is that there's just a lot more movement and a lot less hard structure in their styling. Everything from accessories. There's more accessories suddenly. It's not just one big humongous piece slapped down in the middle of the table, but now, much like myself, there's piles of books. There's candles at RH, guys. The nightstands are now full of smaller items, books. I absolutely love it. This is what I am craving. I cannot wait to hear if you guys like this too. I'm hoping you kind of do, because that's kind of the direction I've been taking my own home. I've just been craving things not being so expected, but for something to feel like it has this flow and this interest. And so as you look through these rooms, you're gonna see that throughout all of these catalog pages. It is mind-blowing. You see a lot of greenery, which we haven't seen a lot of at RH, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So for me, that's where I like to add the green, which you can kind of tell. But RH also has some new pieces that I just got goosebumps thinking about them. So we were recently at our house looking at the bed there, and I was like flipping out. Well, now there's competition because RH has come out with these incredible marble pieces. They've got them in the marble and the travertine. Included in that is the Mara collection and the Byron Emperador collection. Basically, they have sourced some of the most beautiful marble, and they are using a lot of marble, a lot of travertine, and a lot of that fluting, which it just makes my mouth water just thinking about it. I think it's just absolutely breathtaking. So everything from nightstands to the bed. Oh my gosh, guys, how is this even happening? Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at the picture over and over and over. So their main photo shot is in all brown with a bit of that kind of beigey, creamy wall color, which I think is very pretty. I like the way they did all that artwork. I have to tell you, when I've created art walls like that in my own house, they make me anxious. It's like too much going on, but in the photo, it's very compelling. But then if you click on it, you're going to see that it also comes in black as well. We don't even want to talk about the price. And yes, I already looked online to see if I could find anything even remotely similar to this, because once you see the price, you're like, it's like, but the nightstands and everything with this collection, the coffee tables, I mean, it's honestly, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm in awe. I'm in awe. I mean, it's stunning. So let me know what you guys think. I think the other thing that really jumps out at me is the artifacts that they've gotten here and the lower beds, the lower profile modern beds with the nightstands being hugged inside. I've been thinking about that profile now for a while. I've never actually designed with it myself in my own home. And I'd love to know what you guys think, because I think this is a little bit of mix of kind of their contemporary collection. I think they dropped that word because most Americans, at least the ones I've talked to, when people think of contemporary, they think Miami Vice. They think of like the like Todd and Margot on Christmas Vacation. It's not really a nice word for most people. They think it's going to be cold and soulless. It's just like too far out there. It's not homey. So I think they've backed off the word contemporary. I'm thinking that didn't work for them. That's going to be my guess. But I think the essence of the modern style, something that's forward-facing, it's something new, which is what the real definition of contemporary style is supposed to be. You're going to see a mix of that throughout the catalog. I thumbed all the way through like this, since I don't have a real copy just yet. Went all the way to the back of the book because I was like, have they completely left their traditional pieces? Because to this day, I still have the St. James collection in my own house with this piece over here. I can't get rid of it. I just love it. I love this piece. And they have gotten rid of a lot of their traditional pieces in the past years. Stopped stocking them. They phased them out, which is why sometimes I've been able to get stuff at their outlet stores for so little money. But ultimately, the answer is they have not gotten rid of that. The St. James collection is still there. Shagreen collection's still there. What they're doing is adding a little bit more of a contemporary modern feel to the backdrop. And this is what we've been talking about on this channel. You know, what they've done is they've taken, even in like their England store, because I was like, what have they done in England? Because they took over a really traditional manor and put their store into it. And they didn't get rid of a lot of the architecture, but what they did is that they color drenched the walls to make it feel more modern. And so I'm like, okay, we can still do this, because while I may love the lime wash and the modern kind of California feeling, the wabi-sabi feeling that you get when you look at these images, it's got that kind of Japanese, Scandi, California vibe, right? What if you don't live in a house like that? Like, I'd have to rip out so much out of my house to be able to create a look like that. So are these pieces gonna work in an East Coast home? The answer, I think, is still yes. But you may wanna think about doing, right, like a more modern feel the way I have by color drenching your walls. Now, everything they're doing is way warmer than my bright white. Still just like my white walls. I do like the bedroom where I went a little bit creamier. And so guys, you're gonna need to just list a million things down in the comments. I need to know what you think of the wabi-sabi feeling, the California vibe, the contemporary. Do you still want the traditional? Do you like the lime wash? Do you like the color palettes? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered here, and I will be waiting to see what you say. I really will, because that's where these trends, they come from us. It's what we desire. So we just need to know where you are on things. And then the next page is a 4-poster bed done in the fluted design, and it's like, oh God, that's so beautiful. One of the other things that I thought was really interesting is that if you keep flipping through each of these pages, you're going to get to lots of browns, lots of beiges, lots of artifacts and like artisanal items and things that feel like they've been taken out of Greece and ancient Italy, right? Like, I'm all in for all those pieces. I just love them. But one of the things I noticed when I was flipping through, I was like, there's not any mirrors over the nightstands. Ooh, are we in a new era at our age? Ooh. There are a few pages still with the mirrors over the nightstands, and I have to tell you, I really like the mirror over the nightstand thing, because for someone like me who has a room that's a lot darker, those mirrors, they really help add a lot of light and reflection into the room. I do love them still. I'm not gonna take mine down. But if you want to have a different style, you may want to check out some of these other pages, because you're going to find that they've got lots of oversized art. They've got lots of art gallery walls, and they also have lots of pages where the art is stacked and leaning on each other, something that we've always done here that we just love. It's a more artful way of having art in a room. And then they're also putting smaller pieces over the nightstands and just maybe something bigger over the bed. It's like, wow. The lighting, the trends that I'm obsessing over, they're alabaster, they're glass, the marble lamps. Wow, are those ever works of art. They are extraordinary. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Let me know how you feel about the different colors, because you've got a choice here. You've got browns, you've got blacks, there's all kinds of contrast. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was about 200 pages into this thing, and I was thinking, where's the black? Where's the black? Or is everything going to be beige and brown? Because I don't mind adding some of that to my home, but I just don't enjoy it. But if you keep scrolling or flipping, if you get one of these in the mail, if you keep going, you're going to get to some absolutely gorgeous options with the black wood still. You're gonna still find some of their modern collections, the Belgian track arm sofa. You've still got the French contemporary collection, which is one of my absolute favorites. They still have that classic feel. And once you get to about page 284, I was like, whew, okay. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Now it is beige sofas with black, but that with the gold and the gold legs, the brass, of course, and looks like maybe a bit of marble on that top. Yeah, we got a Tom Ford 002 book. I'm always like looking at their book titles. I'm like, oh my God, Nicole Hollis. No, I took it to the other room because I was looking through it. I'm like, okay, this feels like a room that I could just plop myself down in and stay forever in. And I've thought about replacing the sofas and going for something a little bit warmer, which I may do. We could do that this year, couldn't we? It'd be really fun. But I think it's okay that you don't have to jump onto every single trend. That's the point of the source book, is to keep you inspired and excited and want to come into their galleries, want to shop their things. I will tell you, their like sculptural section, I was looking through it the other day, and the sculpture that I have sitting up up here is a one of a kind, and it was from an artist, and it was definitely not under $500. And they had a lot that were under $500 and some like a couple $100s for sculptures. So I would highly recommend checking it out, even if you're working on a budget. I've got like marble pieces right now. I think this is where we're moving, guys. Like marble pieces, these are just from Amazon, but I think you're going to see a blend of styles. But for sure, those lime wash walls, going a little bit more modern, I think that this is a good move for them. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Let me know what you guys think. I could sit here and chat about this all day long, so I'm trying to keep it a little shorter, but I think that's good news. I think it's good news. I think the only complaint that I really have is just, you know, too much brown and greens. It's just not my thing. But then there's something there for everyone, and there's tons of inspiration. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'm dying to hear what you guys think. So I'm gonna let you go so you can go write me comments so we can have a really good chat down below. But thank you so much for joining me, and let me know if you'd like for me to come out maybe with another video with maybe some more styling ideas and some tips and tricks on how to steal the style if you're working on a really tight budget, because you know, that's what we love around here. So thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on those upcoming videos. And oh, please do tell me if there's a video that you hope will make, so we'll know what you're hoping will come out next. That way we can make it. She's starting to move her hand, and the couch is here. This is why I have to have that green machine. Maybe a beige sofa wouldn't be such a bad idea. My coffee would blend into it. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.